This is kind of like panic. It's desperately trying to get up some sort of defence, but good human player is always going to see those constructing buildings and instantly target them. Now he's going to get into big problems here with this altar. This altar is getting targeted by Keiko. He definitely needs to try and repair that. And he should realise at this point he has no way of saving it, so he should start an altar elsewhere. He's just been kind of slightly slow with everything for some reason. I mean, he's still only got 2 inches of war. In this kind of situation I'd have 4 or 5 right now, because he had the resources to do it, but he just hasn't done it. So as you can see, Keiko cleverly looking for the constructing Ancients of War. So we've quickly look back at Keiko's base. He's upgrading the castle at this point. He now has a Mountain King in his army, so he's doing very well, keeping up the pressure, but still upgrading all his crap at home, so that's good. Now, he's not building any more towers. He realises he's got a huge advantage already. Doesn't need to risk it by sending any more towers. Well, actually he has decided to send 3 more militia. Maybe he's going to build more towers in the base. At this point it wouldn't really matter to me. It's fairly obvious in my mind that Keiko has such a huge advantage. It'd be incredible if Intox came back from this.
Our forces are under attack.
I think you will see that Keiko's greediness to build more towers isn't going to work out too well. You've got to kind of realise in games when you've got the most out of a situation as you can, and I think he's certainly done this here. So good play from Keiko, killing another gold income source, and it dies. So it's just they're going to target the wisps, kill the wisps, and then head back to the main, I think. So he's repairing the towers here. Those 3 peasants being utilised very well to repair a tower. And as you can see, the Ancients of War again being found constructed. I mean, he's not exactly hiding them in the best possible positions. Yep. Very, very important Night Elf player. If you're a Night Elf player yourself, if you see, the instant you see militia running into your base, more than one, then basically just start Ancients of War everywhere, because he's going to tower you, and he's going to tower you in a big way. So that Tree of Eternity in big trouble now, very, very low in health. Keiko wants to kill the Ancient Protectors here, but I would personally focus on the Tree of Eternity. If he'd focused on it early, the Wisp wouldn't have been pulled and it would have died a lot easier. It would have 100% died. He also had a bolt on his Mountain King, so strange for him not to notice that Tree of Eternity only a few hits away from dying, but he's not going to be able to kill it now. But unfortunately for Intox, he has no expansion. Keiko has an expansion up and running, and they both know it's all over, I think. Look at that, Tree of Life has come all the way back from his expansion to defend his main. Keiko wisely retreating here, realising he's got the most out of the situation as he can. And he now sees an altar. He has no idea how far the Demon Hunter is into researching, and realises that if it's only just started, maybe he can take out the altar and delay Intox's hero from appearing. But unfortunately the Demon Hunter was started some time ago, so he's going to have to portal after this, I think. Immolation turned on, all his footmen very badly damaged. And now Intox knows that Kaiko's at castle because he's used that third hero, so he knows that Kaiko's going to have knights or griffins, and well boy, Intox has got really no chance of getting back into this game.
The flows of
So
magic.
really good play there from Kaiko. Did very well with that tower rush. Basically took out the expansion, although the Tree of Life is alive, and killed altars, lots of ancients, basically destroyed all his resources. I mean, Intox has only got 100 gold. Quick look at Kaiko. 800 gold, but he's got an extra source of income there, so he's getting double the money back. Well, nearly, but obviously Intox is in no upkeep. So knights are going to be coming here for Kaiko. He's just creeping, consolidating on his advantage, and he also has a workshop, so we might even see some more. Oh, a steam tank, so we're going to see a steam tank. Demon Hunter out, desperately creeping. That's exactly what he has to do. He needs to desperately try and get levels. The only quite good thing about this situation is that he does have decent hero levels. Demon Hunter is halfway to level 4, so if Kaiko didn't pressure him anymore, then maybe we'd be able to get that Demon Hunter up to level 6. But you're going to see Kaiko not creep too hard, just get a couple of creeps and then head on back to Intox. So Intox desperately trying to get his talons out.
I come to cleanse this land.
Solo creeping here with only heroes because he has no units, so he's got no choice. He's trying to get a super item. Maybe a super item can help turn the game in his favour, but obviously Kaiko is doing exactly the same. Let's see what item he has got. Healing Wards, fantastic item. And what? Stone Token, another great item. Wasting a lot of money there on healing potions to keep that Demon Hunter alive so he can creep this Stone Golem. I've done this sort of stuff in the past myself, but it really is a waste of time. You're just wasting far too much money. And again, another healing potion used. And all that for a crappy Book of the Dead. With one dispel, god.
I await your command.
One Talon. So as you can see, the pressure that Kaiko put on Intox has paid off very, very well. So Intox sees a knight in Kaiko's army and realises all over. Even 3 ancients aren't going to do anything. Book of the Dead, let's see if we're going to see a dispel here. Yes, instant dispel there, great from Kaiko. Oh, I love to see that. Lots of experience there for his heroes for absolutely no effort. Sapper here from Kaiko did not manage to detonate, unfortunately. But nevertheless, he has killed Intox's Demon Hunter. And as you see, there's a steam tank has killed his Tree of Eternity. Always nice to mix a steam tank in your army if you can, but usually the only time you see steam tanks used is when you've got a huge advantage, which Kaiko did in this case. So you know you're winning pretty heavily if your opponent, you know you're losing pretty heavily if your opponent has managed to build steam tanks. So there's a good game, 4k Kaiko versus 80 Tree Talks. Kaiko coming out on top this time, and the elapsed time is 17 minutes 36. So good game, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.